speak of you, champ. Really do appreciate your time. What a great fighter you were. You gave us so many great fights. I mean, for the questions, when you look back on your career today, what means the most to you? Was it the Olympic gold medal or being world champion professionally?
Olympic medal is best for me because it's for the Olympic medal I was training for 5 years straight.
Yeah.
To become an Olympic champion, it takes me longer and plus it was more. When you become the champion and plus to give me half of the world, it was what it means for me. And so I'm very pleasant. He was very happy to achieve all this goals, and be the best in the world,
Yeah.
It was a great experience for me.
Yeah. What was it like then fighting at light heavyweight in the Olympics, and of course as a pro you was at cruiserweight? Did you obviously stronger at cruiserweight? Felt stronger at cruiserweight and just as fast.
Yes, I was I was 22 years old when the fight for the Olympics. So in the time was growing too. So and then when I actually already in the Olympics, I was actually keep my weight down, actually like a little bit shorter a little bit, but it wasn't too hard. But still, I was for me already. I was going up already in weight. So then I know that I decided to move forward. I said, it's okay. I just become cruiserweight. It's better for me.
Yeah. You helped make that division a great division. It's accepted now as a great weight division because of guys like you and Holyfield, and because you give us such great fights. But at the time, it was not really it was not really popular weight division because everyone said the heavyweights or the light heavyweights, but guys like you, Vassiliy, you made it the great division. It's one of the best divisions now, looking back as well.
It's actually it's a good because you see the guy can speed and he has power. So when you put together speed and power, that make you look so good, and plus if you know what you're doing in the ring, you know how to move, how to just be in the game. You just make it look very fun game. More fun boxing. To enjoy it moment.
Yeah, and when you won the world title, the IBF title in June of 1999. I mean, that must have been a great feeling for you, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm about to see the things about. I'm always kind of put the goals before I'm going during moving. Before the fighting, so I'm in a try to I'm just achieving what I'm supposed to do, and just start moving, and just making the best of what possible can do,
Yeah.
And it's a great experience, when you have a goal and you have a vision and just moving forward.
And you achieve it, you achieved it. Was it 5? I think it was 5. Was it 5 title defences or 6? 5, yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, I mean, lots of great action that you gave us along the way. But, I mean, is it fair to say that the fight most people talk about is the James Toney fight? Because it was such a great fight. I mean, it could have been a draw. It could have gone your way. It was epic.
For this day, I still believe I won the fight, actually. Because if you're looking by points, I can get more points than him.
Yeah.
It's just it was one time knocked down, but it's just a 1 point, and it's still I winning the fight because I get so many jabs and his head was pointing in telling truth. I'm after next day after the fight, I was looking. I saw the James Toney. His face looked like a hammer bird,
Right.
Like somebody beat him up like with a hammer in the face.
Right.
I tell you, I was looking better than him, So I was like, oh, you know what? My look was telling me I was better. So and he he never won a fight again after this fight, you know. He was so, like, you know, beating up, you know, so he said, oh, I don't want to fight. Hold on, second fight. He never won a fight again. You know?
So you actually saw him the day after the fight, and he was all was all swollen up.
Yeah, he's all swollen up, you know, and he's like a beating. He's like a track hit him, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm looking by him, so I was happy inside, you know, because you know what, this is what the champ look like it's supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
And I was look like a champ, you know. He wasn't. So
yeah.
You know what? Maybe he has a belt, but I have my goal and my true experience in my side, inside me, you know, like I have a good experience in the fight.
Well, as you know, sir, it was a truly great fight. It was one of the greatest cruiserweight fights ever seen, for the last 20 years. It was just all action. And it was on HBO, of course, as you know. And they had it a draw at the end. They actually had it a draw. Were you shocked, if you can remember, because it is a long time ago, but can you remember, were you shocked when the official scores came out? Because they had Tony winning.
You know what, I don't want to be swearing, but it was like a bullshit. I'm sorry for English, but it is what it is. It's just, the way they were scoring is just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The judges wasn't in my side. I know it's not true.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's going on? What's happening?
Yeah.
And it's just all sports in his pocket, you know. It's not right, you know. But I know it's a boxing game, and there's a lot of BS, you know, a lot of going on there, you know. So it's politics.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, and I just accept it, and you know, it better things happen for me, you know, in the life. So I know it's just a part of the experience. So.
Yeah, I mean, everybody agrees with you. Everybody agrees that was a very, very close fight either way.
Yeah.
And then the scores were just crazy at the end because it was wide. When he did knock you down in the last round, you didn't look hurt. Was it just more of he caught you with a sneaky punch or what in that 12th round?
You know what? I was just tired. You know,
yeah.
He got me, you know, just like when I was embarrassed. You know what? I get up. It's okay. You know, just I wasn't hurt, but you know what? I was kind of. He just what's called cut in the right place. But,
yeah.
But it's okay. I get up and I fight today, and if you look in the hand, I was still fighting. I actually beat him up, and I actually fighting him. I was going to go forward.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I was going forward today.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's why, because nobody knew who was going to. He never knew he was going to get that decision. He was kneeling in prayer in the corner. I don't know if you remember that, champ, but he was kneeling in prayer. He didn't know he got that verdict, and then of course, but he did. But when you meet your fans nowadays, do they ask you about that fight, or do they ask you about the Olympics? What the fans ask you mostly about?
Everybody asks in different questions. You know, it's not like it's not like the one way. You know, it's like different. All people. It depends on what people thinking. You know, everybody different. So, but some people ask about the fight, like James Tony about something about the Olympic fight. You know, so it's all over. You know, it's a lot of different different possibilities for different questions. You know that. So it's not one specific questions. You know, it's a lot of different things.
Right. I mean, I must tell you, sir, as well, you speak brilliant English. You're very, very educated, obviously. Really, we can't speak another language, but you're very intelligent. You can speak another language fluently, and you're obviously a very smart guy. So it's great.
You know what? It's my experience with my first wife, who was educated, she's educated, and she teach me right words, pronunciation, and so forth. Of course, I did couple of classes to get to make sure I say the right things, to explain if if you need to talk to some public people, so I need to explain to the people know what's going on. You know, it's a good experience for me. You know.
Yeah, because you still have a lot of fans, champ. You really do. People don't forget the great fights. You know, you get. I guess you get asked a lot this question. I mean, who was the best? As great as you were, who was the best that you fought? Would you maybe say Tony or maybe someone else?
You know what? I'll tell you, I have before James Tony, I fought the guy, Rich LaMontagne.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he's like what's called an Italian stallion.
Yeah, tough guy.
He was for me was actually pretty tough fight to see because he was actually better experience for me. Like I remember, was a tough guy. He was a very very educated guy and a very like more boxer. You know, he's a good for me. I like just him better. I don't know why, but just he was good in a whole. He was just a good person, nice heart, you know, and we just I like people who has a open mind, you know, and be in a real people, you know, and be a real person, you know. This is what I like about him.
Yeah.
We sometimes, you know, hold each other, you know, we just, you know, we still, you know, talk sometimes, you know, and I like this, you know, we have a friendship, you know, we're not you know, because he likes or I want, you know, it's just a game, you know, we still humans, you know, we still have conversations and we talk and we are people, you know.
Yeah. You just had mutual respect, which is really cool. Yeah. Great to hear. Great to hear. Is that? I mean, this is it's a tough thing really to say because never want to be disrespectful, but James Tony today, you speak beautifully. You know, you speak great, but he's slurred. He's slurred now, and maybe took too many punches to the. You know, it's hard to say. Do you think he maybe stayed around too long in boxing? He had too many fights because I don't know if you've seen him or anything on TV in the last year or two, but he can't understand what he says because he's slurring his words like Ali, you know, punch drunk and things, and it's sad. Maybe he stuck around too long, took too many punches. What do you think? I mean.
No, you know, I think anybody who is fighting has to know timing when to leave the fighting game because it's you can hurt yourself, you know.
Yeah.
One or another way you're hurting yourself, and anytime you're fighting, it's a big like a stress for your body, you know. So you have to be very careful. I don't want to say for him, but he has to decide himself when he's supposed to stop the fighting. And it's just a game of the killing each other, you know. So truly, so you have to be very careful about your body. No, just you know what, enough is enough. Time to go and enjoy other things, you know. Because life is not just about fighting.
Yeah.
So many different things, you know, around, you know. So you have to choose it, and I know. See, the problem is a lot of fights don't know what to do. Fighters don't know what to do, you know.
Yeah.
Life. They know how to fight, but they know how to live the life. And this is a big problem. So, you know, in my education back when I was young, I learned how to be not just a fighter. I just want to be a real human, and I know how to work. I know how to. My hands, I'm gonna be handyman, you know, I can be anything, you know.
Yeah. So
I always learn something new.
Yeah.
And this has helped me to survive in my life, you know. And if I need to go to job and do something, I'm doing it. You know, I'm not sitting in just waiting for some opportunity to fight. No. It's a new experience, you know.
Yeah.
You're always ready.